Salam, meaning peace. You got your partner, AAWRS1. Gonna give you another little county jail story. This is before I became Muslim. This was during the Rodney King trial. I'm trying to tell it fast, because I don't want to, keep you hostage. I had a warrant at the time. Didn't want the young lady's crib to get ran up in, nor my parents, so I turned myself in on the warrant, right? Boom. I get into the central. I'm in the regular tank. They shoot me in the population. Next thing you know, they make me a trustee, right? There was a lot going on at that time. They were having indictments in Southeast. They was having indictments in East San Diego. And there was a big trial, big gang trial going on at that time. And I happened to be the porter on that floor with those cats that was there fighting that case. They was in there fighting that case for over a year. You know what I mean? So I used to pass their kites, get them their hot water, things of this nature, what they needed. I used to get them, shoot each other, shoot them food, because they was all exchanging food, because they was all in the same car. They partners, you see what I'm saying? So boom, that's my job as a trustee on the floor, to do what I had to do for all races. It didn't matter, you know what I mean? So anyway, they was getting ready to have the Rodney King verdict. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened when I first got into the trustee tank, right? Boom. They got a barber shop up in there. They had weights. This was back in the days. You know what I'm saying? They had weights, and it was some real G's up in there from all over. You know what I'm saying? From LA, a lot from Lincoln, which is here in San Diego. But anyway, I push up in there and I roll up into the tank, the African American tank. And yes, we are African Americans. We're descendants of Africans who built this country. African Americans built the White House. We know that's true. So anyway, that's HAQQ. Anyway, I roll up in the African American tank. You see what I'm saying? And boom, I look, there's a white boy in there, and there's a Latino in there. And I'm tripping. I'm like, okay, what's this here? I find my little bunk and everything. I hook up with this cat named Ice out of Los Angeles, right? He telling me what's going on. So I asked him a story about the white dude and the Hispanic gentleman, right? I said, what they doing in here? You know what I mean? And he was like, man, they riding with us. You know what I mean? They not riding with their people. You know what I mean? So we accepted them, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's the get down. They cool. I was like, boom, okay. Then I started meeting everybody in the tank. You know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop de whoop, the shot caller of the tank, whoop de whoop. He's from Lincoln. I never forget him. Big Bull. People down here probably remember him. That brother was so swole. He could have been a professional bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? He happened to be up in there. And brother, real cool. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about it. We watching it on TV about the Rodney King thing, right? But I go over to the Hispanic gentleman and the Caucasian gentleman, and I ask him, I say, man, why y'all up in here? You know what I'm saying? And they both was like, man, we ain't for that racial crap. We tired of hearing them talking about y'all and they ain't doing nothing. That's exactly what both of them said. The Caucasian gentleman said, I was in there with them. All they do is talk about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just Hispanic gentleman said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And they like, we ain't down with that, man. You know what I mean? So boom, we with y'all. So I was like, all right, cool. Boom. Next thing you know, I had a messed up job, man. Even though, like I was telling you, I was having that porter job before I got that porter job. See, I skipped. Before I got that porter job right there, I was still a porter, but I was working somewhere else. They had me doing some mopping and stuff like that. There were real crazy hours. So, and I was talking about that. And then one of the big partners in the tank, he was like, "You have a problem with your job, man?" And I was like, "Yeah." You know what I mean? They got me up, getting up at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man, to go do this here. He was like, okay. So then, that night, that AM, I got up to go do what I had to do, right? And I see him. And he like, hey, man, just going back to sleep, homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hook you up. I was like, all right, cool. I've been blessed to be put around good people, torpedo or not. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I get another ducat. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Shooting me over to do the porter work, on the central floor with the cats that's going through the trial, right? So boom, I'm like, okay, this dude got juice. We got a little barbershop in there. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing about being locked up cool. But unfortunately, when you incarcerated, you want to try to make it as cool as possible. And upon the facility being a little bit cooler, because you're not going to enjoy that confinement at all. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to come out. You know what I'm saying? How shall I say? Affected in some way, shape, or form. I don't care what nobody say. You see what I'm saying? So, anyway, I'm doing that. We talking about the trial that's going on, right? Now we hold meetings because they getting ready to have the decision, right? So we like, okay, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? So then they was like, don't even trip. Just wait till before the trial, before they announce what's gonna happen. Then we gonna let y'all know what we gonna do. So, okay, we was like, cool. So I'm quite sure they was in their other tank too, talking like that. You see what I'm saying? Because when they came out, you could feel the tension. That's one thing about being incarcerated that you learn. You learn about movement and feelings. You get in touch with your feelings because something, and that's Allah blessing you with that. Who's Akbar. He gets you in touch with your feelings to put your head on a swivel, and then inshallah, the malaika, that angel whisper in your ear and say, put your back to the wall or make a right or go this way or make a left. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, boom. They was getting ready to have a trial. So we had a meeting that night because we gonna watch the verdict. You know what I'm saying? And also, unfortunately, but that was my first term, I was incarcerated during the OJ trial. Inshallah, I may give y'all that. Anyway, they say, look, this is what's gonna go down. We had numbers. Ain't that a trip? Unfortunately, before that trial happened, they were swooping fools up, especially down here. This is supposed to be America's finest city, so you already know. You know what I'm saying? And this Republican out, and even in Republican and moderate don't really matter. It's all about money and class, period. Anyway, the big partner say, we taking over everything. Everything. TV, phones, weights, food. And we starting with the food. And we was like, all right, cool. And then if they try to move on us, we going all in. You see what I'm saying? They had, I ain't gonna tell you what they had. I'm not giving you all that information. But let's just say this. When the big partners say we doing this and we know what's going on and you visualize and see what can be implemented to do damage, yeah, you with that. You gotta be with that because ain't no running, right? Boom. The verdict go down. We had it situated for a number of brothers to be there because we already doing the food. We doing all that up in there. So that ain't no problem, right? So when the carts came rolling out, we rolled all the carts up in the day room. You know what I'm saying? All the food carts. Rolled them up in the day room. We all came out. Everybody had what they was going to use. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, we was like, okay, this is how it's go down. We knew their numbers of what they had in their tank. So we took one tray each. Each member in their tank got a tray. You see what I'm saying? We dropped it off at the front of their tank. You know what I mean? And then the OG was like, well, what? You know what? What? You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen now? You know what I mean? And it was quiet. Didn't nobody say nothing. So then we backed on off. You know what I'm saying? So then the OGs got together with the runners of their car. And we was like, well, what's happening? Y'all want to get out or what? You know what I mean? And they was like, nah, man, they didn't want none. And the reason why that was, and I'm going to let y'all know right now, because they was low in numbers. And when you watch the brothers and they give you these penitentiaries and stuff, they're not lying. They're telling you the truth. When the Hispanics get numbers, they team up with the white boys. And they come right after us. You know what I mean? They look for the biggest, strongest ones, and they look for the ones who are intelligent, the ones who can lead. I'm telling you. And it's a damn shame that it's like that because we all incarcerated. We all should be fighting against the man. Getting paperwork in there so we can get people out of there and be able to stop this. I'm going to tell you something that one OG told me. He said, look, youngster, always check the law every year. He said, check this out. If all of us decided not to take no deals, this whole thing would crash because they can't take everybody to trial. There's not enough money. You see what I'm saying? If everybody said, no, I'm not signing no deal, take me to trial. What they going to do? It'll crash. Anyway, it became peaceful after that. And we went back to regular program. You know what I'm saying? Alhamdulillah. I'm saying I'm giving you this story because I see Allah who's Akbar working in my life before I came to Islam. You know what I'm saying? He put me in that situation for me to see what was going on, and he protected me. You see what I'm saying? And then showed me some unity within the confines, and I got more of that. And that's what I like to express to you, because I feel that everybody's story is interesting. And hell, I think mine is real interesting. You know what I mean? So, I like to share it with people, man. Alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? Inshallah, you'll tune back in. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. So I'm not even going to say it. You know what I'm saying? This is AAWRS1DIG. Hit your like and hit your subscribe. It's all for President.